withdrawal before it even started.
There you go. Look at that.
There we go.
There's all of us.
We have heads.
We have heads.
And feet.
And feet.
And I'm happy to report Bailey is better today.
Yeah.
We rode her down there. I think she's very timid about getting knocked over. I think that's why you get the growling at anybody who's in here. I think she doesn't want to be bounced on. So I think we have to protect her from that.
And yesterday was much more hot than she's been experiencing too.
That's true. She was in tough shape. She was in tough shape. Just walking up here one foot after the other.
Well, after this week is over, it's supposed to go back to being 70s again.
What's it
It's
now?
gonna be really, it's in 82, 83 right now.
Is it?
And it's supposed to be high 80s for you tomorrow. So hot, humid, and
We're pretty good with air conditioning all over.
okay.
I don't know about the
I
nut
turned
house.
it on in the back.
Huh?
I turned it on in the back. That one doesn't have it, but I turned the fan on.
Yeah. This is the thing that goes on that fan. Are we catching any bugs over here? The fan's not on now.
Yeah.
But the minute it gets hot at night, the mosquitoes in this.
Is that what that black netting was on, the fan?
This is it.
Okay.
This is my $1 million invention.
Another Carlene invention.
This one,
It blows in.
I have the $500.
Hey, you're on camera. Someone might steal this idea.
Well, they're welcome to, because it's a good one. It's just a piece of net, and it's made into a funnel. See?
Oh, good.
There you go.
And you put it on the fan, and it blows the bugs into the net, and you catch them. And then you stamp on them. Because, I'll tell you a couple things. One day, I had a whole bunch, I had a cord in there. That's a lot of bugs, thousands of bugs in there. Twisted it, put it on the roof of the place,
Mm-hmm.
and I sprayed it with Raid.
Yeah.
And the next morning, they were all alive.
Well, that tells you something.
Right, so the hell with the Raid deal. So I
Yeah.
put it on the ground and stepped on it, and that worked. So that's my theory of these chemical stuff.
I have one of those electric, looks like a tennis racket,
Right,
the zapper.
right.
I'm working on my swing.
That's just another toy. But it's, it's a fun toy.
Steve has one too, doesn't
You-
he?
you-
Didn't you get one last year?
See, yeah, I've had one.
Just
around here.
fries them, that's all.
Right, but this catches
Yeah.
bugs. So, this thing I'm reading about the Panama Canal, the reason the French people failed, basically, was mosquitoes,
Mm-hmm.
yellow fever.
Yellow beer.
So the guy who came along from the United States, he started to study them, and I was hoping that this David McCullough that wrote the book was going to get into some of the technical details of the mosquito project and the building of the canal, but it's really been mostly political, and I'm not happy with the book. But at any rate, the studying of the mosquitoes, I was hoping to find out how far from their home they go and things like that, and he did seem to indicate that mosquitoes are fairly local. They don't travel too far. My contention is that these mowers that we have, the mowers, if you hook that up to a bag like this and vacuum your lawn of the mosquitoes, because when you go out to cut the lawn, they bite you in the ankle.
Right, right.
All right, that's where they are. So we've determined that they're in the grass. Right. Why can't we vacuum the grass and catch them?
Put on the outflow.
Yeah. I think that there's a bucket and a half to be made on that one, and I wish somebody would do it and give me one.
Do you have someone who mows your fields?
Hey,
Then see if that'll go
I
on your mower.
don't have a mower. No, this would have to be a vacuuming deal.
Okay.
And I did buy one, but it's so damn big I can't use it. It's
Mm.
down there. We have a vacuum thing, but it's not designed right for this project. I do have the $500 mosquito magnet thing. I have tried to give it away twice, and they keep giving it back to me. It
Oh,
does
that
not work.
propane one?
Yes, it does not work. It did not hold a candle to this business, because I set it up out here right near where I had one of these things last year, and I would catch a cup of mosquitoes a night,
Yeah.
and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And you could count the ones the mosquito magnet had. It had about 4 or 5.
Well,
This thing works. So there.
what did I read? You're supposed to make a trap with water and yeast and brown sugar, and the fermentation is supposed to attract them. I haven't
Yeah.
tried it yet.
You can do that. Well, one thing I have done with this too is to maybe hang a light bulb in front of the fan. Because once they get caught in that draft, they're dead. They're in the net. But if you put a smelly thing in front of that, you're going to blow the smelly outside. No, it's the dog's breathing
Yeah,
that attracts them in that doghouse.
carbon dioxide.
And if you don't provide a breeze in there, they get eaten alive.
Yeah.
As we are finding out already, they're already getting.
The little ones.
The big ones too. They have.
Yeah.
Somebody got all upset about Bentley's Tiwi. It was all got spots all over. It's just the bugs. It's just mosquito bite type stuff. I don't know which bug it is, but it's common this time of year. They have it. It goes away.
Black flies and mosquitoes. Welcome to New England.
Right, but this works. This is a good thing.
We need to put Carlene on Shark Tank.
What?
You ever seen that show Shark Tank, when people invent stuff and bring it to a group of experts
It's
to
past
try to
her
get supported?
bedtime.
It's not.
It's past her
It's not when
bedtime.
I'm awake.
She's not awake at that time of night. She has to watch it on demand. That's what she should do.
I have a lot of things
I would like to see Carlene with some of those guys that are on that show, and the lady too. Whoa, what's going on in there? Who's making noise?
Yeah, buddy. Well, they covered it. I was just about to tell you about my father's invention over there. They covered it up with the trailer that goes behind every dump truck that's got a backhoe on it. The ramp falls down, right triangle. My father invented that. I have the original patent around here somewhere. Never made a dime on it, but he had a lot of fun making it. But if I had a penny for every one of those that's on the road, I would be very wealthy.
Yeah.
But the company came along and changed the hinge and broke the patent.
Oh.
So he didn't make anything, but he had a good time making it. But he holds the patent.
So I guess we should ask if there are any questions tonight.
We gave him enough time.
And I just took myself offline there. Grace, there was a concern about kennel number 10 being blocked with a Caramba bed. When I was in number 10, nothing was blocked, so I'm not quite sure what the concern was.
Outside, I know Christina picked them up.
Okay.
So the pups wouldn't
All
stay
right.
out. I'll
Okay.
look at them.
All right.
I'll run down. I have to give Lainey her pill anyway.
Okay. All right, 16 new comments. Let's see what we. The pond is a perfect breeding ground for mosquitoes. Figure out how to prevent so much breeding.
Yeah, I'm understanding water. That's ridiculous. I know all about that one.
And that's why you have the fountains going, correct?
Right, but the first pond doesn't have one.
Okay. Laughing out loud. Raid didn't work, but stamping on them does. Let's hear it for the inexpensive solution.
It's a chemical one, too. It was ridiculous.
We had a lice infestation in school
A what?
years ago.
You had what?
Lice.
Lice. Oh, yes.
And
I know about lice, too.
The nurse, it was so bad, there were so many kids who had lice that they closed the school for one day. And they brought in fumigators, I guess you'd call them. So the nurse took one and taped it to her desk. So the building was sealed. Nobody could open it. It was completely sealed. All day Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday morning, Lois walked in.
The bug was alive.
There he was. Still kicking.
Yep.
It's like,
My children were the only ones without lice because I deloused them monthly.
Yeah.
And wormed them regularly.
that was just the first week of school was something as a teacher I got used to. We called them the lice ladies. about 12 women would come in, and while I was teaching, they would go through the kids' hair and
Really?
check for lice. Well, the kids all go to camp over the summer, and they come back a day or two before school starts.
Yeah.
You checked your kids. Some parents don't.
I didn't check them, I just shampooed them with lice
So,
shampoo.
yeah. Well, you were checking them then.
No, I didn't bother.
You
I mean,
take- you
I
were-
just assumed they
yeah,
have
yeah,
them.
you're
I mean, it
taking
was,
care of things, but
yeah.
not every parent does that. so-
Well, not every parent's got animals like we had.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you delouse your animals and you worm them. Why are children any different?
A note here, Carlene, you have a nice haircut.
I do.
She
I
did do
do.
a good job. Yep.
That's Jill. That's Jill. Her son was in on the 23 puppies I had once.
Yeah, you were talking about him eating, was it horse food?
No, that's another friend.
Oh, another friend. Oh, okay. That's funny.
Yep.
Okay. Some people are saying the sound is fine, and other people are saying it's not. They're sending out reminders that people have volume controls on their devices to use them.
Well, I'm not getting anything either. Or I'm not getting very much. And I have both my volumes turned up big time. Uh-oh, they got big storms in Oklahoma and Texas?
Again. Any update on Noel?
Noel, no, I've tried to call him, there was no answer. I wonder where the mic is. The mic is right here, right in front of my computer. But it's supposed to be extremely directional, so that it's supposed to, and it was the other day getting comments from across the room, so I'm not supposed to have to sit and face it.
All right, so let me ask the question. Could someone respond and let us know if you can hear me?
How is the sick duchy? Who was sick? Who was sick? See, I can hear it. I just can't hear it loudly.
Now I can hear Carlene since she's facing her computer.
No, we have the pond with the sprayer in it's fine. It's the pond before the sprayer, where the chickens hang out, that just gets absolutely terrible. Terrible. The one pond with the aerators, that's pretty good. They can hear us both fine.
Yeah, Tina Schonk just says she can hear both of us, so.
So behave yourself back there. I usually have to turn it down because of feedback. We're not going to get feedback from this little. I'm not very loud either.
Well, a couple of years ago, before I stopped teaching, they put a microphone system in my classroom, and I had to wear a microphone when I was teaching.
Yeah.
And originally, it was for children who might have a hearing disability. But it did help the kids focus. But I tend to have a booming teacher voice to start with. So the first couple of weeks that I had that, I had to watch my class. Well, when they started doing this, I knew to dial it back.
I see.
But the classroom I finished teaching in had 4 speakers in the ceiling. And the kids would look at me and just make this motion, like, take the microphone off, you're killing us. So, but
Okay.
apparently most people can hear us, so I guess we're good.
Well, it could be that my hearing isn't that good, and that's why I can't hear it.
And I don't have my system
I'm
today.
picking
so-
mine up tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're getting something similar to what I have, except you said you're controlling yours through a remote
It's got
control.
a remote.
This is my remote for mine.
Really?
I control mine through my phone.
All I need is one more thing for that damn phone to do. All I want the phone to do is make phone calls.
You go to
It
adjust
does a lot of
your hearing
things besides.
and you'll start your car.
Yeah, see, Janine, yeah, right. See, it says Janine called me and I missed it. I've been carrying this thing all day. How did I miss her call?
Do you have the vibrate on, so it vibrates when it rings?
No.
You can try that, and that way you'll feel it.
I know. I don't feel it either. I mean, I go that road. It doesn't behave like it's supposed to.
You need to set it up with, like they do for the deaf where the lights flash. Of course, we'll be scaring everyone when the phone rings. Okay, someone said they can hear us, but they had to plug their headphones in. Other people say they can hear fine, so I think it's devices. 'Cause
Well,
I couldn't
I
get
do
anything
know.
on this, but I could hear you fine on the phone.
Oh, I know what I can play. I know what I can play with. The same, I think the same, wait a minute. The thing where I turn the camera, that same place, that might have an audio. See, this is camera control.
People might want to turn their sound down right
Yeah, you
now
don't-
while he's doing this.
Okay, audio in, on. Oh. Well, there's a button here to push. Cam control on. Huh. I would have thought I would have gotten another screen, but I didn't. I better not fool around with it. Jonathan will kill me. Is that any better? Or did I just shut the thing off?
Okay, people, are we better, or did she turn everything off?
See, I'm not getting it on my computer, that's for sure. See, I have live here. Okay, so we don't have anything to do.
We're getting a couple of feedbacks on the female calls. That was funny.
I thought that was pretty good.
I'm getting no better from one person. We have some more checking in here.
So far, 2 out of 4 pups have come in to sleep in kennel 10.
Whoa, wow. My phone just went berserk. No.
There's 2 puppies sound. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Now they're calling us.
Bruce Ryan. Oh, I know.
Ryan Bruce.
Hi, Bruce Ryan.
Call from Ryan Bruce.
Maria, how you doing? What's going on? Oh, they're fine. Fine. You're kidding. Well, you were using that too, weren't you? Did you have anything in it when it collapsed? Why did it collapse? Bruce Ryan. Oh, I know. Oh, it didn't do it today, you mean? Oh, well, I can understand it. I thought you meant it did it today. I was thinking, ooh. Oh, you have to come see what I've got. No, the arena, that it's a white building. It's a white tent sort of deal. Go look at me online. You'll see it. I mean, Google the map, whatever. It's called Clearspan Building. That fell down. That wood. I have no faith in wood stuff anymore. Yeah, that fell down, and I put up a ClearSpan building, which is it's wonderful, heavy duty piping, with a cloth top over the top. It's wonderful. It's light. It's terrific. The snow slides off it. I had no trouble whatsoever. Come up here and see it. As a matter of fact, if you come up here on Saturday, you can help put up the second one. I think so. I think that's where the cistern was. Yeah, I think that there was a little building there, and there was a cistern. That's where the horse fell in the well. I bet that's where it is. That's correct. Yep. It was about 10, 12 feet around. It was collecting water for the dairy cattle or whatever. My guess is that collected rainwater. No, the well, it's full of stone now. Yeah, no, but the horse fell in it, and the way we got the horse out was to keep dumping stone in it. I think, yeah, there may be a couple feet that don't have any stone in it, because he stepped out the last bit, but you know. You've got to come see my building. You go look it up on a Google deal. It's a great big white thing. And they did a hell of a job. Actually, when they sent a crew up from Connecticut to put it up. And there was a guy that, he was really a big feeling type guy, and he said he was doing such a wonderful job and things like that. And when he got through, I went out and I took pictures of the various pieces that he put together, and I sent it out to Iowa, and they sent in a guy that came in and took it all down and put it back up again. He'd done a terrible job. There are a whole lot of cables, and the cables were all identified for which part of the building they went into. He ignored that. So that all those turnbuckles that I had were either all screwed down as far as they would go, or they were barely caught. You know what I mean? So it was, and there were things wound around things. It was horrendous. But at any rate, oh, it was terrible. But the company was absolutely wonderful about it and comical. They sent another guy, he just took it down and put it back up again. And it didn't take him very long. I was here a couple days. But it's a nice company to deal with. They're very nice people. So how's everything else down in your commune? And you're flying. You built a plane. Where did you fly it? Wow. 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 And you're still flying it. So if I want to go someplace, you can take me there? I have a friend that's moved to Florida. I'd love to go have lunch with her. I'll buy the gas. Is that how it works? I'd manage. It does hold two people, doesn't it? Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, that could be fun. No, there is a piece of that barn. If you ever decide to rip and tear too much, you have a hay lifting device up in the hayloft of the main barn. You know, it's a track that comes out and drops down and picks up hay. If you ever decide to get rid of that, I'll take that. I put it in this barn. Yeah, well, it's useful. It's one of those things that doesn't really break. You know, it's just plain mechanical. It hasn't got a computer attached to it. You just walk away and it's done. Yep. That's funny. That's funny. Well, that's amazing that barn fell down, though. It didn't have a very big pitch on the roof, though. Yeah. Huh. Well, okay, you come see it, because this, I highly recommend this. It was $51,000. And it's lovely. I don't need electricity in it. I don't have lights in it because I don't need them. You know, one light bulb at night lights up the whole thing, but we rarely use it at night anyway. And you can see it. You know, we're on camera 24 hours a day here. Did you know that? Oh my, explore.org. They have 6 cameras here. You can actually see it tonight. Is it on? Yeah, you can see the inside of it right now. Explore.org. And there are a whole bunch of, you know, thumbnail pictures. A bunch of them are Great Danes. If you click on the Great Danes, you'll get up our cameras. I'm purely Great Danes. We have about 100 out working. Yeah, we are tremendously successful at this. It's very weird. No, I don't have any. No. These days, the Danes, it's. I've had so many. I don't know. Please do. But in the meantime, look at, because you can see the inside my arena right now. And come look at it for real. Okay. Have a good one. Bye. That's the guy that bought my house down in Linfield.
Oh. Your vibrate is on. Your sound isn't on your phone. Gwen Blue just called.
Gwen Blue just called?
Yep.
What did she want?
I didn't pick it up.
Gwen Blue called. And Janine called 1 minute ago. How do I call Gwen Blue? I guess I'm calling Gwen Blue. This could be Noelle.
Oh.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi. What's going on?
Hi. No emergency or anything. I just wanted to give you an update on Noelle. She is teething and nesting a little bit and panting. So, you know, I mean, she's been like that all day.
Okay.
So, there's nothing really. Her temp's 99 too.
Okay. Is she ripping the bedding?
She did lift the couch early this morning, but hadn't done anything like major ripping
Huh.
since. But she's been nesting, and Paula and I got here probably about 20 minutes ago. And but she's panting a little bit. So
Any arching of her back?
no contractions, no nothing.
Well, she starts that stuff, I'd better get up there, no?
Yeah, I mean, we can let you know as it gets closer. I mean, she's just sleeping now.
Yeah.
I mean, but she'll sit up and she'll pant.
Well, you know the expression, you analyze every fart.
Yes.
That's what you're doing now, right?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And she didn't eat this morning either, so that was another thing. She hasn't been eating and drinking a lot, but she did just eat for us. I have a container of food, so.
Erlene, have you got Erlene's phone number at all?
I do.
Because she wants to be there too, and she's only 20 minutes away.
Okay.
I
I could call and just let her know like what she's doing, because who knows if
Right.
she'll even go tonight, but just to keep her in the loop.
right. Are
And
you
they might be calling her.
going to be there all night?
For most of the night, yes. And if I had to, I could always come back. Because
me up and take me with her.
Okay, all right. Well, no, she's here with me,
Right,
but if I had to, I'd probably pick you up.
right. Okay, because I really, I drive very well in the morning, but I don't drive.
Okay, yep,
Okay, so just keep me looped,
I will.
and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, now everybody knows as much as I do. Did they all hear that?
No, you'll have to face the mic and give them
Now I
an
have to
update.
turn around.
Yeah, because the drums are beating, they're all starting to comment.
Oh, I see, right. Okay, well, that was Gwen. Blue Gwen. She's up there with Paula, and she's been nesting and panting, but right now she's sleeping. And I commented that this is a period where you just basically are analyzing every fart, which is exactly what you're doing. She didn't seem to be in any great hurry to get me up there. But I did suggest that she has to go home and feed her dogs, and then it's going to going back, which puts her up and down 95. And I think probably I would go. They may pick me up, and I'll go up. It could be tonight. I don't know. I can sleep there as well as I can sleep here. So that's all I know. I don't think the camera's on yet. That was one thing. I don't know what time Megan gets back tomorrow. I don't think Joyce can get the camera going until Wednesday. I don't know. Maybe we should try and call Joyce now and see whether. You know, you hate to rush into this and get everybody all upset, and then she's sound asleep.
Exactly.
Huh.
Does not eating indicate anything when?
No, she's kind of picky anyway.
Because I just remember Scarlett liked having little meals.
Yeah,
Just a
I
little
can't
bit here, a little bit
remember.
there, a couple spoonfuls at a time. So speaking of meals,
Yes,
you must be getting hungry.
I am getting hungry.
So we should probably end this female call
Okay.
and say goodnight to people and tell them that when you know what's going on, someone will put the alert out. And I'm going to bet that she is going to wait until her mama gets home from vacation.
I think she gets home tomorrow morning. I really don't know.
Megan's dogs love their mama, so.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, well, that's what's going on. The guy that bought my house in Linfield, he's a funny guy. Great guy. I just all of a sudden decided to sell it. Well, they were chasing me out of town. The guy chased me up the street with a rake over his head. And I figured maybe it was time I had to leave town. So all of a sudden I decided to leave. And I think I may have stuck it in the newspaper. It's 11, 12 acres in Linfield. So it's it's a little farm. And it had a nice barn and hayloft, and we had a lot of horses there. And he answered it right away and made an offer that I couldn't refuse. But I hadn't gotten a realtor in on this. I didn't really see any need to. And I made him sign a piece of paper that said he was buying it as is, where is, because the place was crazy. I mean, you think this place is crazy? That place was really crazy. That's the place where the horse fell in the well, and we had to get the well, and we had to fill it up with stones to get the horse out of the well. And I mean, it was constant.
So is that where you brought the kids up?
Yeah.
So when I read the book
Yeah.
that you and
that's
Janine
in
wrote,
Linfield.
that's pretty much where
yeah,
those
that-
adventures happened?
That's Linfield.
Okay.
That's Linfield.
I'm still laughing about them chasing you out of town with pitchforks.
Oh,
It sounds like Frankenstein.
well, the reason that happened was the kids in the neighborhood used to cut through some guy's yard to get to the school bus stop. And he had an absolutely beautiful garden, and I had a bunch of dogs. And those kids used to collect their steak bones and throw them into the guy's garden. And then my dogs would go dig them out.
Oh.
And so I could understand why it all happened, but it was just nothing I could do about that one. So I left town. See, I had a house burned to the ground. Yeah, so I moved a house trailer in without getting permission from the town. That was a fiasco. My first husband, who was an alcoholic, bought a fire engine one day, came home with a fire engine. It was a lively place. It was a lively place. But anyway, this guy fit in really well. He's a really bright guy. I think he built this airplane. I think he built the airplane himself. He flies all over the place. 4 hours to get to Florida.
Oh my gosh.
I should go have lunch with Sheila.
There you go. Okay, well, I see one more question here about Bailey. Is she stiff? And
I
have you
saw
ever
that.
considered Adequan?
I have not.
And there's something in Canada called Cartrophin. Excuse my pronunciation.
My sister tries all those things, and she tries to get me to try them, but it doesn't seem to do her any good. And the few of her ideas the Cosequin and all that stuff I've tried, it doesn't make any difference to me. So I don't see why it would make any difference to the dog. You know?
I just think everyone.
I don't think she's stiff anyway.
Medicine is tolerated by different people differently.
Yeah.
So what might work for me might not work for you. So
They sell the. I don't see enough studies done on them.
it was warm yesterday, so maybe.
I know
maybe
my
she was
husband.
Just up and out too
My
long
husband. He was a very busy general practitioner. He was once written up the busiest GP in New England a long time ago, but he had a horrendous practice. And he used to give little old ladies B12 shots. He said because it didn't hurt him, he felt he had to do something to make him feel better, so he told him it made him feel better. And and so he'd have him come back once a month for a B12 shot. He had a bunch of people came in and did that. He said he didn't know what else to do for them. He said there wasn't anything he could do for them. So he'd give him a B12 shot and tell him it would make him feel better, and then it did.
Placebo effect.
Sure. Sure. So I remember that. And then the other thing they used to tell me all the time was if I lost 20 pounds, I wouldn't be stiff. So there.
I love that line. It was great.
Yep.
Cure everything if you just lost 20 pounds.
Yep. Cure everything.
So anyway.
And that's
All right. Well, I guess we'll be saying goodnight to people and.
Okay, going to shut it off now.
Okay.
We did that. We had the female power. Whatever. Bye.